Well, it's the morning after the rain showers, and we got a little bit of a late start, not knowing what the weather was going to be like. It's actually really nice out, and so we came to see what's going on out here. You can see there's a puddle on the ground there, and my first chore of the morning is going to be to sweep out some of the other puddles. We have our own little private indoor lake that I'm going to have to get rid of. Over here in this corner you can see, that's not great. Before we had the walls up, we didn't have that puddle when it rained, or that one. So I'm going to get rid of those, at least for a little while, and let Wolf get started on doing the framing. So what we were talking about is that we put the walls up for the powder room, and as we put the last wall in place where the doorway is going to be, discovered that we had a curious little thing. The top plate didn't fit quite right because it got put on upside down. Wolf's first thing is going to be to take that plate at the very top off, which will be fun, and get it turned around correctly so we can get those walls more securely tied in. And luckily we have a scaffolding, so that should make the job a little bit easier to get to. Alright, that's it for now. Well, at this point I'm standing on the driveway looking toward the house to see what all progress we've made. And you can see over here we've done more on the wall going from the mudroom into the garage and on the back side of the house. So I'll try and walk in that direction so that you can see what all's going on. Getting ready to go in through the front door. And I'm looking to my left, and there you see the entrance into the garage from the mudroom, which is really a hallway, and that back wall that separates the house from the garage. And there we go, there's another wall at the back, and that's the back side of the house. So we have made progress today in spite of the rain. And you could see that there's a big open space across the back, and that's going to be an interesting wall to do because it's mainly glass. And I'll see if I can turn a little bit. So there you have it, a complete 360. All right, that's it for today. Hi, it's another hot day. We've just finished up, and I thought I'd show you what we got accomplished today. This is day 7 of framing. So if you look over here where Wolf is walking, you'll see that all the lumber is gone. We've moved some of it and we've used some of it. So we still have this stack over here that's our 2x12s,
2x10s,
2x10s, and some stuff for
2x4x8s.
upstairs. And then, sorry for the heavy breathing, a little bit worn out. So here you go. Got the back wall up. We just still need the header. Wolf is standing in the back doorway. So we've got this corner here. There's going to be a window where that brace goes down diagonally. The back door, another window where the brace is. And then there's the kitchen window that you've seen before, around to the pantry and the dining room. And you'll see in the dining room that there's a new pile there. That's where we moved all of the other lumber that had been in the driveway. Sorry, I moved the camera a little fast. So, Wolf's getting ready to show you. This is his t-shirt that he just took off. I don't know if you can see, but there is water pouring out of it, except that it's not water, it's yucky sweat. Sorry to gross you out. And that's his second t-shirt of the day.
It's still soaked.
Yeah, the one he has on right now is the one that he took off earlier and we dried in the sun.
Yeah, well. Thanks for showing me that.
Yep.
Morning. Well, had a little bit of rain last night. I would say a lot of rain. If you look here in the dining room, we've got a puddle again. Got a puddle right there. Yep. A lot of water to accumulate on the slab right now. So today is header day. We are going to tackle that long beast that's going in between there. And that's actually not just a header, it's going to be a beam. Now let me show you what that's going to be made out of. We have that here. You can see it already. Those three monsters, 26 foot long, 2x12, those are going to be, or going to become, that header. What we have to do is cut them to length and then sandwich them up on top of the studs. Those shorter studs that are in there, those are the jacks, 2 on each end, and then 2 sets of 4 to the left and right of the back door. And that's what we're going to be working on today. Hopefully we'll get that finished today, and I'll see you later with an update. Bye. So, step 1, I put some ears up here, both on this side and on the other side, right there. That way I can be sure that when I put my upright 2x12 on there, it's not going to roll out to the outside and fall off that jack. The middle is not quite that important because the poles aren't, these poles here in the middle aren't that aligned anyway. I need to align those to the ceiling trusses later, but making progress. So that when I set that up there, I clear the center post. And then take this, we'll set that on top there. That looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, that looks good.
Now, it's leaning out, so it's not going to come falling back. And it's also wedged between these walls, so now I can basically take my scaffold, move my way over this way, looks like header number 1.
Okay, good job.
That was easy. Nothing
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, that was probably the easy part.
Yeah, it probably was. Okay, header number 1 is in place and looks pretty darn straight, I would say. Now, when you look at this pocket, what you're going to see is that we have a 2x6 wall and we have a 2x12 upright that's sitting in there as a header. Well, one header is not enough, actually, because of this whole opening carrying the weight of the second floor and the walls and the roof and all of that. We have to strongly reinforce that, and what we do is we actually sandwich up 3 of those 2x12s. And I've got some boards here. They're 2x6s, but they should show you, if I just take these 3 2x12s and sandwich them together, there's still a gap here. We can make a beam in a way that actually has furring strips. So we can make a beam that actually has furring strips in between these 3 boards, set the front and the back flush with the 2x6s over here, and then these gaps we fill with insulation. How we do that, I'll show that to you in a few minutes. The next step here is to cut some furring strips, and in order to do that I need to know how thick they are. So I'm going to take my tape measure, which Sarah's going to go get for me because I of course forgot it on the toolbox. Yeah, as if you haven't done that before,
Yeah.
being on the scaffold and forgetting your tape measure.
Yeah, but not everybody has a gopher.
Yeah, that's true. So there's my advantage. Now that I've got my tape measure through the gopher advantage, I've got about 7/8 of a gap here. And depending on where I measure, all of these 2x studs are slightly different dimensions. Normally a 2x6 is about 5.5 inches wide. Some of them are a little more narrow, some of them are wider. So if we can get within about 1/8 of an inch of the total width, we should be perfect. Well, not perfect, but good enough. So we need to span about 1 inch, which means we need 1/2 inch spacers. So now we need to cut some material that's 1/2 inch wide or 1/2 inch thick, and probably about 2 inches wide. So let me set up the table saw and do that. So 2 of 3 are in. Got the cleats on for the third one, between the second and the third. And so far I have to say we got lucky with the lumber. They're not too crooked. I had to kind of wedge it a little bit in the middle, where the crown on the second one was a little bit too tall, but it was manageable. So, and it is hot, very hot. T-shirt number 2, t-shirt number 1, and I bet t-shirt number 3 is coming. Okay, well, we're kind of breaking here and relaxing in the shade a little bit. So, see you later. Well, there you have it, folks. One 24-foot, 1 3/4 inch header. 2 by 12, 3 times. That should carry pretty much any weight you can throw at it. It's a piece of work, and to be honest with you, we had to do it twice. Yes, twice. Why? Because I'm stupid and cut the center one an inch short. Not a big deal, but I didn't want that to be on the outside here on the end. So we had to take that last one back out, because it was actually the second one, and put the one that we had for the last one as the second one, and then put this one back in. So we basically built it twice, and I'm kind of ticked off and I'm worn out, but oh well, that's how it goes. And that's it for today. Bye.